What stands before me is a case of babies having babies, teenagers. This is upsetting. With that said, Miss Sissom, you and your teenage daughter, Destiny, are here to prove that Anthony Taylor is the father of your daughter's 8-month-old son, Osiris. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Riley, you stand before me claiming that you are 100% positive your son is not the child's father and have insisted on a DNA test from the moment you heard Miss Sissom was pregnant. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Miss Sissom, how certain are you that Anthony is the father?
I'm 2,000% certain, Your Honor, that Anthony is the father of Osiris.
And you are emotional already.
Yep. I have a grandson that's 8 months old. He needs his father. I lost my dad when I was 2, so I know what it's like not to have a father. But I'm not here because of me. I'm not here because of Destiny. I'm here because of Osiris.
Destiny, you truly believe Anthony is this child's father?
Yes, Your Honor.
You've changed the course of your life by having this baby.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did your mother know you were having sex?
No, Your Honor. When I would call Destiny on her cell phone, she'll say she's at her friend's house. So that's what I was believing.
She was sneaking at my house. She was coming over here lying, conniving, saying, I have a 14-year-old daughter at home. She was sneaking over there, hollering about she was coming over there to see my daughter.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
My son was going to school. How you going to tell me what's a lie?
Because, Your Honor, they was having sex in her house.
You didn't even care when your daughter
what
was
type
there.
of parent is she? If she gonna tell them,
your daughter was there.
she told
You
them.
did the same part.
She told
Hold
them
on,
to use
hold on.
protection.
Hold on, let's get some order.
Sex in her house.
Let's get some order, ladies.
She knew they were.
Ladies. The greatest part about this is you all saying the same thing, blaming the opposite child. They had a plan. Destiny was gonna say, I'm going over to visit my friend. That's your daughter.
Right.
But really the whole time,
She
she
visited my
having
son.
sex with your son.
Yes.
That's both of them teenagers having sex.
My point is
That's the plot.
And I didn't know.
That's the plot. So the reason why we're here is to get down to the bottom of if this child is really your grandchild. Because I know you want to know that.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Destiny, before I go further, was my summation of the plot correct?
Yeah, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I see her walking with another guy. My son at school, this is before Destiny said anything about you was pregnant. Next thing you know, I find out my son come telling me that she told him that she pregnant. How is that? You just came around 2 weeks ago? And he was messing with another girl at the time.
You saw Destiny walking with somebody else.
Yes, another guy.
So you never even thought that Destiny was having sex with your son.
No, I didn't.
Because you just thought Destiny and her group of friends were friends with your daughter.
Yes.
Now, to Mom, Miss Sissom, you know it's Miss Riley's house where she's going to have. You don't know. She just saying, I'm going over my friends.
That's all I
That's
know.
where I am.
That's all
So
I
you
know.
don't even know about Anthony.
No.
You think your daughter's a virgin.
She was a virgin when she met Anthony. So, therefore, yes, it's Anthony's baby. And
it's not.
That's what we're here for, to get this DNA.
It's not my grandbaby.
Okay, don't claim him. You ain't claim him in 8 months. Don't claim him now. Y'all ain't did nothing for him. I've been taking care of this baby. They don't do nothing for him.
That's a lie.
They don't do nothing for him.
Sure don't.
All right.
It's not my
And
grandbaby.
at the end of the day,
It's
when
not
it
my
became-
grandbaby.
when-
Ladies,
My daughter had big
ladies,
It's not my grandbaby.
She had big dreams.
ladies. You're saying, Miss Sissom, your daughter had big dreams for her life.
Yes, she did.
Dreams to do what?
My daughter is a senior this year. She was going to college to be a pediatrician and a lawyer. Now she cannot do that because she has Osiris.
Oh, like my son
to
didn't
take
have
care-
dreams.
Oh, excuse me, Your Honor. She has Osiris to take care of. So she cannot do that now.
So basically, right up under your nose, they plotted this plot, pulled it off, and now we're all here.
Yeah,
And
you're right.
sometimes that's what kids do. And I'm gonna keep it real. With all the phone and cell phone having we got and all of this communication, Miss Sissom, it ain't never a day in this world your daughter should be able to tell you spend the night over a friend's house. What friend? Who's the mother? Where's the number? I'm calling.
Yes,
I'm telling you this.
Yes,
No, I'm
I
telling you this.
that
Now, Destiny, where were you and Anthony having sex? In her house?
Yes.
While Miss Riley was home?
Yes, Your Honor. She knew I was there because I get off work, Anthony would be like, my mom said you can come over, and I say, okay. I would go over there. I would come in, say hi, Miss Brenda. She say hi, we go upstairs. I spend the night. She don't say nothing about it.
You spend the night at the house?
Yes, Your Honor.
In Anthony's bed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, wait a minute, Miss Sissom, where did you think she was?
Over her friend's house. Her daughter is another friend. I even asked Destiny, did she know you was having sex in her house? You know what Destiny told me, Your Honor? She said, yeah, because she told them, I hope y'all using condoms. She said, Destiny said she gave Anthony condoms. Yes. What type of parent is that?
What?
That ain't no parent.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Let's get to the part where you find out you're pregnant. How do you find out?
I had my period. I ended up throwing up. Anthony said, you should go to the hospital because I think you're pregnant. I went and they said I was pregnant. When I found out, I went to her house. And when I walked through the door and I had my papers, she said, let me guess, you're pregnant. I said, yes. So she called her husband and said, well, Destiny's pregnant, but we don't know if it's Anthony's baby or not. At first, Anthony, he didn't want no Cyrus. He said, we should wait. And then he was washing dishes. He was like, we should just wait to have a baby because I'm not stable. You got a job, but I don't, and I don't want you to be the only one taking care of him. So we go upstairs. We talk more about it, and he said, you know what? I don't feel safe in the streets, so I think you should have my child just in case if I leave this earth. You can have something to remember me by. Anthony had so many people that was after him that wanted to hurt him, and that's why he wanted me to have his baby.
Oh my God.
So I could have something to remember him by. And it was so much he didn't tell his mom that she don't know.
Okay, so Mom, how did you find out your daughter was pregnant?
She told a family member, and they told me. Went to the doctor, pregnant. I broke down, I have a nervous breakdown. I had to be in the hospital for 2 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
Because my baby having a baby.
Because you wasn't being a parent.
During the pregnancy,
you's a
is
dumb
Anthony with you?
Yes.
He came to appointments with you?
Yes.
And when the baby was born, was he at the hospital?
He was there. Yes, we was all there. Anthony was there. He cut the cord and everything. She even came without nobody inviting her.
Came where?
To the hospital. Don't say you didn't.
Wait a minute.
Because they escorted you out. Me and Destiny had her escorted out of the hospital
my grandson
by security.
Being born.
We sure did.
She came
one
out.
at a time. One at a time, ladies.
That's my grandbaby being born in her rude, unselfish, disrespectful self. She comes in there. I'm in the waiting room. She's sitting the guard in there and tell them lying and said I'm threatening her. And I need to be removed.
Because she did.
So I never had my joy to see was that's my grandson.
I sure did.
So I don't feel it's my grandson.
Do you want to know why?
So you've been saying all this time Anthony is the father of this child. You've been consistent. Anthony's participated in the birth.
Yes, he has.
The day of the birth comes.
Because they put me at
hold on.
Yes, he has.
I'm getting to that part.
Okay.
So, Ms. Riley, you and your daughter come up because you say, since they're saying it's Anthony's baby, this is my grandchild, let me go up there for the birth.
Right. She has me removed out the hospital so she can get my son to sign this. This is a birth certificate. My son ain't old enough to be doing all this.
You believe she had you removed from the hospital strategically because they wanted to coerce your son into signing the birth certificate?
That's why you on the right today.
One of her family members threatened us. So yes, I did because my daughter ain't finna go through this with her. She young. I tried to call this woman and talk to this woman like a woman when she was pregnant. So don't sit up here and tell that lie.
Calm down. Ladies.
Oh, wait a minute.
Ladies, hold on. Let's just calm down. I'm trying to get your point, and now I get it from your perspective because you feel like in the moment you came to the hospital, you could have deferred at least the part of it where he signed the birth certificate and took legal responsibility for the child until you could get the DNA that you have been talking about.
Yes, ma'am.
Got that side. Miss Sissom, the mothers have been going back at it. It has gotten so negative and so volatile that when your daughter was in the hospital having the baby as a teen, you didn't feel comfortable to bring the energy that Ms. Riley brings into the hospital room.
Right.
Now, I'm ready to hear from Anthony. Ron, please escort Anthony into the courtroom. I think I got it. Woo! Anthony, we have had a heated court session today concerning Osiris. Look at me when I'm talking to you. Do you believe you are Osiris's biological father?
Yes, I do.
You do believe that?
Yes.
And tell me why.
Because I picked Destiny and I took her virginity, and I felt like I was getting into a lot of trouble and things that was happening, and I felt like I needed another person that like got me, like my blood. And like I didn't want to have a baby, but as in like the things that I was like going through, and like by my cousin dying and everything else, is like I wanted a baby because I feel like one day it was gonna be time for me to die, and I wanted just like another seed in this world. So I decided to have a baby.
And I believe you telling the truth. And even if your rationale weren't necessarily truly indicative of what your future is, I respect and I honor the fact that you are honest enough to say what was really going on in your mind and why you would make this decision.
My son, he's been through a lot. His dad and his life left him when he was about 6 years old. All I asked, Your Honor, was for the DNA. That's all I ever wanted to know, so my son can have a life.
But now that he's testified that he truly does believe he is Osiris's biological father, does that change your mind?
No.
Destiny, we're gonna go to the results soon, but before I do, when your mom talks about you wanting to be a pediatrician and a lawyer, and you having these huge dreams for your life, why would you engage in activity that would produce a child that would give you such huge responsibility in this world?
When Anthony first asked me, can he take my virginity, I said no, but I just felt like I had love for him in my heart, so why not do anything that makes him happy?
Baby, and this is nothing against Anthony, because he seems like a lovely young man.
Yes.
You don't give up your life and the possibilities for your future and everything you can be just to make somebody else happy. You first have a responsibility to yourself to make yourself happy. Just because somebody asks you to do something for them, you have to consider whether that's in your best interest. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're here now. Osiris is here now. You all are kids. You all know what the world you're doing. The rationale is so irrational, it's scary. I get the reason, but the immaturity and the lack of understanding in which you approach this entire situation, you all, we gotta do better. And truly, we still don't know definitively if this is his biological child. Are there any other possible fathers until I get these results?
No, Your Honor.
Ron, the envelope, please.
Yes, ma'am.
In the case of Sissom versus Riley Taylor, when it comes to 8-month-old Osiris Taylor, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Taylor, you are his father.
Now! I don't get to see him now. Now I told you. He's taking care of him.
I got another.
And I'm gonna keep taking care of him. And at the end of the day, that is my grandson. I'm still gonna take care of him. I bet I can.
This is about the most ignorant stuff I done seen in here in a long time. Sit down. Sit down. Miss Sissom, you sit in that chair. Miss Sissom, sit down. And Miss Riley, have a seat. This is just ignorant. Come over here, Anthony. Sit down. You all are this is shameful. And in this moment, just when I thought these kids had pulled off a plot against both of you all to defy their mother's orders and to do what they shouldn't be doing, I see why they had opportunity. These children have come in here, whether they made a mistake or not, they have spoken from their heart or why they did something. The most irrational, immature reasoning ever, but it's their truth. That's how they got here. And I'm gonna keep it real too, Miss Sissom. The way Destiny just popped off with her little dance after I announced the result, that was so ignorant. And then you followed up and showed me where she learned it from. Come on with this. The boy sitting over here talking about he want to leave a seed in the world because he don't understand the possibilities for his life, and you all arguing back and forth with one another instead of encouraging and empowering these young people. I'm furious. Your daughter's putting her dreams, opening her legs, trying to get a dream up between her legs instead of having a dream in her mind, and you want to argue with this woman across this courtroom. Come on now. Now y'all have made me crazy. Y'all think y'all crazy, I'm crazy for these kids and this baby. You ain't gonna do this to this child.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Ms. Nesbitt, you are suing to prove to Mr. Henderson that he is the father of your 7-month-old daughter, Zion.
Yes, Your Honor.
You say that when the results prove you right, you expect Mr. Henderson to step up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Henderson, you claim your case is simple. You say Ms. Nesbitt cheated on you with her neighbor during the window of conception, and he is Zion's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Nesbitt, what has Mr. Henderson done so far for Zion?
Well, he buy her diapers, that's about it. He doesn't do anything for my child, but buy her diapers. He does more for my 2-year-old son that he knows that's not his, than his own daughter.
Really? Well, Mr. Henderson, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, because I feel that I shouldn't have to take care of another man's baby.
But you are taking care of another man's baby, right?
Yes, but at this time, I came into this baby's life and already knew he wasn't mine, but I had a possibility that she could have been mine, but she's not, so I felt kind of hurt. So
there's a level of resentment there.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
So what's your relationship like with Zion? Were you there through the doctor's appointments, birth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You were?
Yes, Your Honor.
You know that's your child. You've been knowing from the beginning. You signed the birth certificate. You even snuck down the stairs and signed it without my permission. You know the baby yours.
Yes, I did because
He did what, Miss Nesbitt?
I went downstairs to go get my birth certificate, and his name was on there. I told him not to put his name on there because I had doubts from the beginning, but he snuck anyways and signed his name on there.
Oh, so wait, you had asked him previously not to sign it because you had doubts yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Henderson, you did sign the birth certificate?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you remember having the conversation with Miss Nesbitt that said, don't sign it just yet because it may not be yours?
Yes, Your Honor.
You remember that conversation?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you signed it anyway?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, he even lied to his father and told him that he got a DNA at the hospital when he didn't.
Why would you tell your dad you had a DNA test and you didn't?
Well, honestly, Your Honor, because I didn't want him all in my business.
Oh, Your Honor, that's a lie. He signed the birth certificate. He told me that he signed the birth certificate so he can have rights of the baby, so he can get custody of the baby.
Well, listen, you understand when you sign a birth certificate at a hospital, you are acknowledging paternity legally. You understand that, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So when you signed your name, you said, I'm the father, I'm responsible, I'm gonna take care of this child.
Yes, Your Honor.
So why are you not taking care of the child and only bought some diapers?
Because she talking about the baby's not mine, Your Honor. I can't be no man that's taking care of another man's baby.
Okay,
especially
now
off the
I
love
wanna
boat.
understand that. Your doubt. Because what it sounds like to me is you were at the hospital and you were really trying to convince yourself
Yes, Your
that
Honor.
this was your child.
Yes, Your Honor.
And signing the birth certificate was a way for you to say, okay, I'm gonna stay in with this family, I'm gonna make a family, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna sign the birth certificate. Take me to the moment where you just said, something not right, I just don't feel right, I really have doubts.
Because she kept coming to me like, this not your baby, LaDon. Like one time
After Zion was born?
Yes.
Okay.
I came in the house one night drunk. I don't know if she was mad at me or not. She probably could have said it out of spite because I came in late. But I come in, she get the argument, oh, she's not yours. That's why she's not your baby. She could be Mr.
Ms.
Brown's
Nesbitt,
baby.
did you say that?
Yes, Your Honor, I did it out of angry. I was really angry
She
when I
said it
said
several times, Your Honor. Several times.
But you also admitted, Ms. Nesbitt, that you had doubts because that's why you told him, don't go sign that birth certificate.
Yes, I had doubts.
What were your doubts specifically?
Well, let me tell you how it all began. He had sex with his cousin, and I felt very vulnerable about it. And, you know.
Yes, I did, but that was before her. She already knew about that.
Okay.
Yes, let me tell you how.
Proceed.
You know, I received the inbox telling me she said that she had sex with my little black car and they had a baby. And I felt very astounded about it. So, I felt...
She told you before that when you was sitting in the car with your friend, when y'all left from the Riverwalk.
No, that's not true, and you got her pregnant.
Yes, it is. It's true, Your Honor. It's true, Your Honor.
But I want to know specifically why you doubt that this could be his child.
Well, I doubted because we was having unprotected sex for a year straight, and all of a sudden I had sex one time with Mr. Brown, and I ended up getting pregnant 2 weeks later.
So, Mr. Brown is...
The neighbor.
Your neighbor.
Yes.
And tell me what happened that night.
Well, me and Mr. Henderson, we got into an argument, and it led in my apartment hallway, and Mr. Brown seen, so he came to my door, he comforted me, and it led off to him coming in, giving me a massage, and led off to me, and it led off more than just the massage.
One night?
Yes, one night, and 2 weeks later, I ended up pregnant, and I told Mr. Henderson.
Do you remember this day, Mr. Henderson, when she told you she was pregnant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did she also say I had slept with Mr. Brown?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, she did?
She told me she used the condom, Your Honor. And then not too long ago, she told me the condom broke, Your Honor.
Mr. Henderson, when she told you she'd also slept with Mr. Brown, but it was just one night.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you say to yourself, well, I know now this could possibly be his child, or you tried to just, you were living in denial?
I was living in denial, Your Honor.
The baby looked just like you. You took pictures with her.
Because I
You
had
go to
love
doctor's
for her.
appointments,
I had love
everything,
for
and
you. I
now
had
you're
love for your
sitting up here
friends.
denying her. She looked just like you. She resembles you in all types of ways.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. You're positive this Mr. Brown encounter was a one-night thing?
Yes, it was.
But
No,
you
Your
do
Honor.
understand it
No,
only
Your
takes
Honor.
one time to have a baby. So you knew that.
Yes.
And you're saying the protection you used broke.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So at this time, the court would like to call Mr. Brown. Jerome, would you please escort Mr. Brown into the courtroom? I'd like to hear from him.
Let's go. Come on, let's go. Have you go up to the witness stand next to the judge. Going up the steps.
Mr. Brown, welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for joining us today. Mr. Brown, we're here, of course, discussing the paternity as it relates to baby Zion. Tell me a little bit about your relationship with Ms. Nesbitt, please.
I had first met her. She had moved to my apartment, been a couple doors down. And I used to always flirt with her, to blink an eye at her, you know what I'm saying? Because she was a cute girl, you know? She was
She was a nice friend, that's about it.
yeah, that's basically about it, you know?
But you did have a sexual encounter with her.
Yeah, one time.
It was just like birthday sex, that was about it.
It wasn't more that she used to always hit me up and text me and all that stuff. I used to text her different names, like
It was
this
just
Tracy,
one
this
time.
Nancy.
Your Honor, she's telling me that it's been going on longer than that. It was more than one
It
night.
was just birthday sex, that
It was
was
just
it.
one night only, but we used to always text and stuff like that. I used to hit her up with different females' names because he used to be around, so I'd be like, this Nancy, and she'd text back like LOL, you know what I'm saying? She knew it's me, you know what I'm saying?
So
Then
you
we heard-
all were texting each other even after you all...
Yeah, we stayed in contact. We never
But you
really lost
only
contact
had
with her.
sex the one time?
Just that one night on her birthday when her and him
And
got
the
into
protection
it.
broke?
I don't remember protection broke. I was buzzing a little bit, but I don't remember no protection broke. You know what I'm saying? Reminds you, I just came to the comforter that one night because them two had got into it. So I had went down there, comforter one night, gave her a little massage. You know what I'm saying? We was chilling. You know what I'm saying? When I was massaging her, my hands led to other places, and you know what happened after that.
Yeah. So now, what happened when she got pregnant?
She had texted me and told me, I got something to tell you. I'm like, tell me. Then she's like, I'm embarrassed. So I'm like, don't be embarrassed, tell me. She was like, I'm pregnant. It could be you or dying baby.
So at this point, you've been honest with both men,
Yes.
and they both know they are potential fathers.
Yes, Your Honor.
Baby Zion is born, and who steps up to the plate for her?
I stepped up to the plate for her, Your Honor.
It ain't my baby, so I ain't stepping up to no plate.
So, Mr. Brown, you said it's not your...
Because I had a condom on, and look at her. She looked just like him. She a beautiful baby. She looked just like him, you know what I'm saying? She ain't got much. Let me show you right here.
What did you bring, Mr. Brown?
Evidence.
All right. This is a picture of...
Me on the right and her on the left, yeah, it is. She looked nothing like me at all. Ear, look at her cheeks, nothing. Lips,
So
nose.
you submit to the court that she doesn't look anything like you, in your opinion?
Nothing like me. One day she had told me she didn't want to take them. First she used to always ask me, like, do you mind taking a test? I'm like, yeah. Then one day she called, text me like, you don't need to take no test because I know it's his baby.
No, you.
I guess she didn't want to hurt
Your
his
Honor,
feelings
he's
or
the
something.
one that called me. And
So
said,
wait, initially, she asked you to take a test. Do you mind taking
Yeah,
a
and I used to
paternity
always
test?
tell her what I tell her. I don't mind taking a
Your
test.
Honor, that's not true. He called me and said that we should take a DNA test, and I told him no. He said that's unfair.
Because she done already told me a couple times already to take a test. And you already told me and texted me that it might be my baby. So, you know what I'm saying? I got 4 kids already. I don't mind taking care of another one. You know what I'm saying? But, you know.
4 kids already.
Yeah, and I don't mind taking care of another one. What's one more, you know?
So
mine,
the bottom line is you were saying, I don't mind taking the test. So at that point that you were going to submit to the test and you said, I don't mind taking care of another one, you had an inkling that there is a potential at least that it could be yours?
Yeah, so that's why I was worried. That's why I kept in contact with her.
But you
She always
said
had
y'all
phone number.
said y'all used the condom. So how
We did use the condom, you know what I'm saying? But things happen, you know what I'm saying?
So you've remained steadfast, Ms. Nesbitt, that this could be either one's child.
Yes, but I'm like more of 100% sure that it's Don's child.
Now she done got my head all geek thinking this might be, you know what I'm saying? I want her to get this test over
She
with.
got
so I can
me
get it
up
over
here
with.
confused, Your Honor.
Yeah, she got me confused too. And then when they get into it, you know what I'm saying, she write little things on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? And then when I hit her up, as soon as I get on the phone with her, I'll see her put something on Facebook and it'll be about me.
So you think she's trying to maintain contact with you, stay close to you because there's a potential you may be the child's father?
Yeah,
I know LaDon is the father. He just needs to step up to the plate and face it that you're the father. He looks just like
I'm
she
not
looks
about
just
to
like
step
you.
up to the plate if you keep telling me it's Mr. Brown's child. No.
But Ms. Nesbitt, you have to admit, you know, the point where you get into the argument and you say, it's not your baby, it's somebody else's baby, he's not gonna forget that.
She told me several
But he
times
takes
that it
care
wasn't my baby,
He
Your
takes
Honor.
care of my baby that he know that's not his, which is my son. He takes care of him. If we went shopping,
Yes,
he bought
but you
my
didn't
son
cheat
5
on me
pairs
and
of
have
outfits,
him,
and he
though.
only bought his daughter only one.
You didn't cheat on me and have him, though. So it's a difference. I got
No, it's not a
I got
difference.
feelings, too.
Well, what he's trying to express, and look, I'm not putting words in your mouth, but I'm trying to understand the situation. This is why I'm here, is to help you all each understand the other person's position. What he's saying is there's a level of resentment that he feels as it relates to baby Zion. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So maybe he's not as involved because he truly has a question relating to her paternity.
Yes, Your Honor.
Part of that you validated because you have a question.
Yes.
And I wants to be her father.
You
But
do.
she's
baby
nuts.
is-
Every time I come in the houses, it's something else.
So you do want to be baby Zion's father?
Yes, you hear what she's saying every
His
time.
baby
It's
looks
about
just
my
like his
cousin.
cousin
Or is
his
she
son,
not my
and
baby?
he tells me that all the time. Yes, they look alike. So I know that this is his baby. His baby look just like his cousin/son.
Oh, I just caught that. And I'm gonna leave it alone. So, Mr. Brown, your hopes today, I just want to be clear, is that you are or you are not?
I think I'm not the father, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just want to hurry up and get this over with. There's too much going on. Too much going on, you know what I'm saying? Then I got him hit me up on Facebook. See, I had to block him on Facebook. I had to block him twice on Facebook.
Yeah, because I told you to come get your daughter, because
I
I'm
don't-
not about to
He
know,
said-
bro.
You're not- I don't want my daughter
I'm a
to be
real
father.
man, bro.
Wait a minute, now you having a Facebook feud? What
No,
is
it
this
wasn't
about?
no Facebook fruits. I just told him, like, bro, come get your child. You feel me? This is not my child. She's telling me that this child is not mine. I'm not about to sit there. I'm a real man.
Well-
I'm not gonna have her calling me daddy or nothing. Like, hold on, I'm not your
I just
father.
don't want my
That's
daughter
your
to be
father.
fatherless, and I just want to find out today who my father is.
I just want to go out and get over with, you know what I'm saying? Corinne can go on with their life. I hope he is the father, you know what I'm saying? They can live a happy family, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I understand where he coming from, but the happy family, she got to stop doing the things she do. Sometimes it don't be about the child, you feel me?
All right, let's just acknowledge this. The level of animosity and confusion surrounding baby Zion's paternity is real. And you know that.
Yes.
You've admitted that. That's why this courtroom exists. And some mothers come in here and they will say, and Jerome can attest to this, no, I know for certain it was nobody else. It was nobody else. You came into court and said, look, I have a dilemma. I did sleep with 2 men during the window of conception, and I need an answer, and I have those answers for you. Are you ready for the results?
Yes.
Your Honor.
All right,
Yes.
throw in the envelope, please. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows.
Please.
In the case of Nesbitt versus Henderson, when it comes to 7-month-old Zion Nesbitt, Mr. Brown, you are not her father.
Oh, hey,
Okay, sit down, Mr. Brown. Your name rhymes with clown, but you're not gonna clown today.
I'm just ready to go
calm
home.
down.
I'm just glad it's
Mr.
time.
Calm down. Mr. Henderson, you are her father.
Told you was her father from the beginning.
Are you happy?
Yes, I mean, I love to be her father, but if she can't change, I'ma leave. But
Well,
I'ma
just don't
still
leave
do
your
for her,
daughter.
though. I'ma still do for my daughter, because I'm not that guy. This will be my only child.
You all now have a child together. There's a level of immaturity that is reeking in this relationship. I mean, it is just, you all just silly with it all. But you're making babies.
I mean, we make babies as long as they get taken care of, because some guys out here will just make a baby and be like, huh, I'm gone.
Ms. Nesbitt, you gotta own too, this level of resentment you feel for Mr. Henderson, you gotta let that go. Because you told him from the jump, don't sign the birth certificate because it could be somebody else's, all right?
Yes, sure.
Today's a new day. Today we know. Now you have to move forward. You all have to learn how to co-parent. This is a beautiful little girl. You don't want her standing here one day, Ms. Nesbitt, right in front of me. You want her to be in a different position, right, than you are. So that means you two have to work together. We have counseling for you, resources to help you figure out how to co-parent together. But get yourselves together.
Okay.
She needs you guys, all right?
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
I wish you the best of luck. Court is adjourned. Mrs. Griffin, you say your husband is a paranoid crybaby with an overactive imagination who convinced himself that you are cheating on him. You opened your case to prove you are faithful and that he is your son Cato's biological father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Griffin, you claim your wife is a serial cheater whose constant disappearing acts make her more of a magician than a faithful partner, and there is no way you fathered her son, Cato. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Additionally, you've petitioned the court for a lie detector test to determine the extent of your wife's cheating. So, Ms. Griffin, how did you all meet?
We met at my job because I was a housekeeper and he stayed there. I used to clean his room. I kept seeing him. Yeah, I'm telling you, like, he looked good. I was attracted to him, so I had...
You were a housekeeper where?
She threw herself
at a hotel.
So he was a guest?
Yeah, he stayed there.
All right, so Mr. Griffin, so you were a guest at a hotel and Miss Griffin, your now wife, was a housekeeper?
Yes.
Okay, and so how did you meet?
Okay, so like we first saw each other, we both made eye contact. It was like kind of mutual. But one day she was cleaning my room. So I go in the bathroom. When I came back out, like she was laying in the bed, butt naked.
What? Wait a minute.
You know, exactly.
Yeah, full service.
Full service. So you have been peeping him over all while he was there?
Yeah, I have been seeing him, but I was kind of scared to like talk to him. Like,
how'd you go from being scared to talk to him to naked in the bed?
Exactly.
Cause he had came up and asked me if I was a housekeeper. He knew I was a housekeeper, but he wanted me to come clean his room. I knew what was up. Like, we both knew what was going on.
So, Jerome, is that the new lingo for getting somebody in the bed? You say, are you a housekeeper?
Absolutely.
Is that how you do it?
I did it last night.
So, all right, this is interesting. Let's move on, because at some point you actually get married.
Yeah, we did. 2 years, 2.5 years after we met. I untied my tubes. I paid $8,000 to have a baby. I did this for him.
You untied your tubes to have this baby for him?
Yes.
So, Mr. Griffin.
Yes, Your Honor.
Was the baby planned? She untied her tubes, paid $8,000 to have this baby for you. Now you say it's not yours?
We did plan on having a baby, but we weren't even married 24 hours and you spent the night out.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Because we had...
On the wedding night?
No, the day after. We wasn't even 24 hours. We got married on the 24th, and the night of the 25th, she spent the night out.
Where did you?
Where was you?
You saying the day after your wedding, your wife didn't come home?
It was,
I was home.
It was
He
my
was already gone. He's going with his family member and her friends.
So let me hear your side of this, Mr. Griffin. What happened?
It was my family member birthday. We were supposed to be going to celebrate with my family member for our birthday.
So you did invite your wife?
Yes. She was.
But that wasn't our plan. We were supposed to be plans together. Like, we had just got married.
I was trying to. You ain't want to. You ain't want to go
Really?
nowhere. Yeah.
So I need to move into doubt. Take me to Mr. Griffin, the window of time when Cato was conceived, right before the baby. What was going on then, and what would lead you to doubt?
All right. Like right before the time of conception, we was kind of arguing. We was into it. She was in the bathroom like all day, like fixing her hair, doing her makeup, like getting pretty and stuff. So she put the kids to bed, but she told the kids that she was leaving, but she told me that she was going to get cigarettes. So she leaves, she gone about like 5-6 hours. I'm calling her phone, she not answering. She comes back like 6 hours later. She's in the bathroom getting ready to take a shower and stuff. So she taking off her pants and stuff, and like she ain't have on no underwear. So I asked her about that, and she said that she had started her cycle and that she had to throw her underwear away or something like that.
So your wife says, I'm going to get cigarettes, then comes back home 6 hours later with no panties on.
And no sign of a cycle either.
No, because I think he got the dates confused because, Your Honor, I was at work.
No.
It wasn't no going to the store getting cigarettes. Like, I spent every second of the day with this man. Like, he knows exactly where I'm at all times. Like, I've been 100 with him. Like, I dedicate my life to him. I untie my tubes. That's a commitment.
So why you always doing like questionable stuff, disappearing and stuff like that? Like pretty much everywhere we went, like she knew somebody or was talking to somebody. That's why I end up asking her.
Anybody wave to me, I'm having sex with them. Anybody smile at me, I'm done had sex with them.
It's not true.
Well, I'm gonna say this. You moved from housekeeping to bed making. It was creative, it was interesting. I guess it was sexy and fun. But you do have to understand that the way you met and the way you all started that relationship was so, I'll just say, free, that don't you understand that he probably would think you may be that free with somebody else as well?
And that's understandable, but he was just the same as me.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. We've established why there may be a level of mistrust in this relationship. That is clear. I'm trying to understand, why is there doubt surrounding Cato?
Because, all right, around the time of conception, she left. I didn't find out she went to Kansas probably till like 3 days after she was gone. Like, I'm calling her phone, like, once again, because we was into it, like, she not answering. So the day I do talk to her, she tell me she in Kansas. Like, why you in Kansas?
Because that's where my family is.
I think I honestly feel like she came back from Kansas pregnant.
So take me to that. You feel like when she returns from Kansas, what happens? How long does she stay there?
She stayed about a week. I actually presented a calendar.
You have a calendar. Let's look at the calendar you submitted to the court.
Yes. All right. As you can see, like, all the dates that's crossed out, like, that's the time we weren't having sex. We was arguing, stuff
First
like
off,
that.
that's a lie.
Excuse me.
He ain't never went that long without sex. So all them little scratches, that's a lie.
Excuse me. All the dates that's got read through them, that's the times we weren't having sex.
So all of July.
All of July.
And the first week
of August.
in
we had no
August.
sex.
So are you saying, Mr. Griffin, your wife came back from Kansas?
She came back around the 5th, okay? Cato was born April 23rd.
So Cato was born on April 23rd.
Exactly. So I did the math. It comes
Obviously,
back to the
he
conception
can't do
date.
no math because he got too many days of no sex
Excuse me.
already.
The conception date is from anywhere from July 29th until August 2nd.
So in your mind, when she comes out pregnant, you say, oh, she came back here pregnant.
It was like we only had sex like one time too. Like she just knew she was
But
pregnant.
that's all it
One
takes.
time.
But I'm saying, I know that, but like she was just for sure she was pregnant. Like after that, she was after taking tests that same day.
No, I was not. I know how this works. I have other children. You don't take a pregnancy test right after you have sex, Your Honor. I had missed my period. I took a test, and I knew I was pregnant.
That day?
Yeah. The day I missed my period, the day I took the test, it said I was pregnant. That's how I knew.
So when you find out your wife is pregnant, are you excited? Your wife has testified she went through great lengths to get this baby you wanted to have this baby, even having a surgery.
Yes.
Were you happy?
It was like kind of mixed. I was happy, but I still was like, it's not my baby. It's not my baby.
But what would I look like, Your Honor, paying all this money to have my tubes untied to go get pregnant by just anybody? Like, we're married, we're committed, like, having a baby's a commitment.
True, it is. But no, you was lying.
Like, I admit in the beginning, like, I did lie about little stuff. But once we got married, like, I was committed to him. Like, I love him.
But I love you too.
Why are you feeling emotional right now, Miss Griffin? What are you feeling?
Because, like, all my life, like, I never wanted to be married. Like, I met him, and, like, he showed me a lot of good stuff. Like, I love him. And I married him for that fact, to be a wife, to be, you know, like 100 with him. That's why I had to, you know, untie my tubes. I dedicate everything I do for him. Like, he don't appreciate anything I do. I'm tired of getting accused. Like, I just want the truth to be known. Like, this baby's his. I've never cheated. Like, if he can't accept it and stop saying I'm a cheater, like, yeah, we're done.
Well, this is why this courtroom is so important.
Yes, it is. When, like, he's mad at me, like, he's part of me. So when it's, yeah, he don't want me, he don't want him.
That's not true, because, like, if I'm not around, like, I can't, she not gonna just bring him.
He don't text, he don't ask, like, how's my son today? Was he good? Does he need anything?
Never.
Never. Ask him what he's bought, what he's did for my son. My son, that's why I say my son. I take care of him, financially, physically, everything.
So you're not doing anything for the baby, because the truth is the baby was born in the marriage. So you on the birth certificate, right?
Yes. He signed it. He
baby
was there
got your
the whole
last
time.
name. You signed the birth certificate.
Yes.
Baby has your last name.
He's
so
there
if you
the
do all
whole
that,
time I'm pregnant, he was there.
Only to get to the point where you still cannot say for certain that you believe this is your biological child.
No, especially like when he was born, like once I did the math on the dates, I was like, ain't no way he could be mine.
He loves
So you
him.
admittedly, you've been holding back love from this child.
Yes, yes, ma'am. It's not right, I know it's not right.
I can say that you really have two major questions, Mr. Griffin. It's about the cheating and it's about the paternity.
Yes, Your Honor.
So what is going to happen if it is determined that Cato is not your biological child?
It's not gonna happen.
We done. I can't, that's too much.
That's why the results are so important, and we have them. Jerome, may I have the envelope, please?
And I hope, like, yeah.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Griffin versus Griffin, when it comes to 5-month-old Cato Griffin, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Griffin.
Yes, Your Honor.
You
are the father.
Are the father. You are the father. How does that feel to know?
It's a big weight lifted off my shoulder.
Now he looks like a fool. All them little stories he keep making up in his head, like.
No, that's just, I'm a father. That got nothing to do with the lies and stuff.
Well, now that you mentioned that, do you even need the results of a lie detector test? Or do you just want to move forward with the understanding that you have the truth about your son and you all can start your life together. You want to just let it go?
I don't. Ain't no letting go, or this would have been let go. This from years ago. Like, we still argue. This is 5 years later that we argue.
So does it matter? Do these lie detector results matter? I'm just asking you because I have them.
Yes,
It matters to me.
They matter to me too, Your Honor.
All right. Then it's unanimous. Jerome, the envelope. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mrs. Griffin, you were asked, since the start of your relationship with Mr. Griffin, have you had physical sexual contact with any other man other than Mr. Griffin? You said no. The lie detector determined that you were being truthful.
Now what?
You have anything to say, Mr. Griffin?
No, apologize.
Yeah, of course. I apologize. I was wrong. I can't just jump all over you right now. Like, I'm definitely happy.
You should at least come over here and apologize. I done heard this for 5 years. Like, that's crazy. I love you, Tucker.
I got this liquor going, Z-Dog.
I love you.
You can stand with your wife. I don't know what you were saying.
Huh?
You can stand over there with your wife. So we're here now. I love that you could hug. I love that you could just share in the joy of the moment. And that's exactly how we miss our blessings in life, is because we get so caught up with all the water under the bridge that we miss the blessing. You have a beautiful baby boy that you've been doubting for 5 months, and he's yours. You have a wife who loves you, who's committed to making your family work. She's admitted that the lies she told was wrong. But Miss Griffin, I want you to understand too, that is the power of a lie.
Yeah, and I've learned my lesson.
Right?
About
No,
lying.
really.
Yes.
The person can evolve and change. And then that lie still lives on.